Hey, what's up guys, my name is Charlie. Today we're going to be reacting to some more nostalgia critic, and it's going to be Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows. Oh boy, I wish this movie stayed in the shadows because it was absolutely dreadful. Yes, I've watched this movie, Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows, and I gotta say guys, I did not enjoy this movie at all. It was just absolutely terrible. I've watched the original, The Blair Witch Project, and I gotta say, that was an absolutely incredible movie. For its time anyway. It sort of set the genre of finding a lost tape in the woods and, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I remember actually seeing the Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows at Blockbusters, a VHS sort of tape. I remember it on the shelves, and I was like, oh, I've got to get this because the original was amazing. So that was my sort of conclusion of watching and buying this movie because I thought the original was amazing, so I thought the second one would be amazing. That's a trap. That is the most biggest trap you can think of. When you think the first one's good and they make a second one, obviously the second one's normally gonna be god awful. Yeah. Let's check out the video, shall we? Let's go. Oh boy, here we go. I like this Nostalgia Critic X-Files introduction every time. I really do. I love it. Hand puppets. Paranormal Activity. FBI. Oh god. That face every time. Blair Witch
Let's
2.
talk about the Blair Witch Project. In 1999, this
Very
movie
unique.
got a lot of hype for creating a lot of scares with a less
I
than
thought this movie was real, like
almost
it
put on a
happened in
video
real
camera and
life.
start three film students in
But
the
it was
middle of the woods.
till the
Audiences,
credits.
even to this day, are rather split about it. Some call it one of the scariest movies of all time, while others say it's just a shaky cam vomiting mess. Whatever people's thoughts, there's no denying it had
Yeah.
a huge impact.
It was so good I actually thought it was
Movie made
real.
a ton of money, but it also inspired the home video horror genre. You know, films like Cloverfield,
Yeah.
Exorcism, and of course
The Paranormal Activity.
All
Yeah,
of
it
the
set a
full
new
complete color
genre.
with scares with a home video touch. Well, just a mere 1 year later after the film's release, Artisan came along and said, "Hey, if they made a bundle with little money and clever ideas, surely we can do the opposite with the sequel."
Oh,
Well, too bad, it's what we're doing.
Oh boy.
You know those direct-to-DVD sequels? Well, this is one of those direct-to-garbage can sequels. It looks so rushed, so half-assed, and so having little to do with the original that you'd swear they took a totally different movie and just slapped the words Blair Witch 2 on it. You know, something like The Departed, Blair Witch 2, Alien vs. Predator, Blair Witch 2, or Toy Story 2, Blair Witch 2.
Yeah.
So, let's see how desperate
Toy
they were
Story
to
2,
get this
Blair
piece
Witch
of shit
2.
out there. This is Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. So we start off with, oh, yeah.
The following is a fictionalized reenactment
I
of the
guess
events
it
of the-
really happened, wow.
Yeah.
Funny, I thought I
Well-
saw one of the original actors on the Late Late Show the other night, but hey, maybe it was her ghost.
Yeah, I actually thought the original was real
It's a
until the
fictionalized event
credits
based
at
on
the
a
end,
real-life
so...
event that was always a fictionalized event. I have a headache just from reading the credits. We start off with some news footage showing how the Blair Witch Project was also a movie in this world. However, they stand by the fact that it was entirely real.
Critics have called it one of the scariest films of all time. I was terrified.
Oh,
Conan,
scared me to
yeah.
death.
Oh, Conan.
Documentary
I love
filmmakers
that guy.
heading to the Black Hills Forest of Maryland.
Oh my god, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life!
So now Blair Witch fans are
Team
not only
Coco.
flocking to the multiplex, they are flooding the little town of Burkittsville, Maryland.
People have started coming to Burkittsville as if it were Charles Manson's The Spawn Ranch or Ed Gein, the serial killer's house, to visit.
So while you might think this is a goddamn commercial for the first film again, the actual story does get rolling. Sort of. Okay, now I guess it's 1 year earlier from summer 1999, I guess. As we see, doctors performing college pranks
I
on their
don't know.
patients.
A lobotomy, maybe? Who knows? What sort of doctor smokes in an operating? What?
Not that I don't trust a psychiatric center where the doctors smoke and pour 8 drops.
Yeah,
described as a
it
nostril
drops.
bong, but quite frankly, I think I'd be safer in the hands of Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, and Dr. Howard.
maybe acid to fry his brain.
But I feel like I'm gonna
Oh, don't even bother with the dates anymore. The people who actually cared enough to do the math are crying in the corner, shooting blood out their ears.
Wicked good.
So it turns out the Blair Witch Tour is on the way. This calls for some despicably forced dialogue introducing our characters.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Stephen Ryan Parker. Apparently, he's here researching a book with his girlfriend.
Blair Witch, history or hysteria?
We've always been misunderstood. We embrace nature.
Thank you, Erica. Not only a hottie, but a real witch.
Blessed be.
Blessed be America.
So we have two pretentious authors, a pretentious Wiccan, a pretentious
For those who know what I'm talking about.
Their mangy dog. Well, thank God their last pick.
Blessed be America.
I'm just gonna take a guess and say somebody in this group wants attention.
You want a hand?
I want amphetamines.
Weed is what I've got.
Oh, give me some of that sweet, sweet weed.
Now.
So Cheech and Chong's Blair Witch Tour keeps on moving as they drop by a grocery store.
Hell of a town you got here. What century are they living in?
God.
Wow.
sakes. They get
Nostalgic
their stuff
gothic.
together and get ready to head out into the
Nostalgic gothic
What's
style.
up with all this camera stuff?
To record all occult phenomena that may manifest itself in the course of the tour.
Damn. You're really running bullshit central here, aren't you?
Everyone's just walking around like a bunch of conformists. Go ahead and wear your business suit so you can make $34,000 a year and buy your condominium. They're all zombies racing to their graves.
So how
Wow,
far
that's
along
deep.
are you?
That's philosophical.
What do you
That's
mean?
diving into the mind
baby,
of South
how
Park.
many weeks?
Or whatever that was.
6. How do you know? I don't know.
So apparently, when enough mascara leaks into your brain, you get psychic powers.
Yeah, that's what
That's
happens.
what makes sense the more I think about it.
In peace, release the energy that be from my magic. You casting some kind of evil spell?
Communing with Ellie Kedward.
The Blair Witch? I thought you embraced nature, not evil.
No, you don't understand. Ellie was a good witch.
Oh shit! Now you forced me to play this.
Oh,
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Yeah.
You keep wrapping these jokes for me, you know.
She was an earth child, like me.
This movie walked straight into that one.
She's gonna be my mentor.
Okay.
To shed my mortal coil and commune with Ellie.
Bitch, what you on? I mean,
Yeah, she is
seriously,
on
you're
some
starting to
serious.
make this chick look like the
She's
sensible
be
one.
smoking some
Make me so
serious
helpless. I thought witches could summon powerful
rocks or
energy.
something. Some
Can't.
supernatural
We still
rock.
have to eat, shit, and die like the rest of you. We just look good doing it.
Okay, now you can either acknowledge this for the self-indulgent, needy bullshit that it is, or you can be quirkily enchanted by it, so whimsically drawn in by what she's... Oh god, you're falling for it.
We just look good doing it.
God, what is this? A Samuel
Witches
Jackson
are-
motion?
No.
Blow up shit and save the girl and look
As is
dope while
typical
doing
of
it.
any well-paid
What's this in?
tour guide, he
Xander
whips out
Cage
the weed and
movie, whatever it
alcohol and
was?
they party like it's 1999.
It was like XXX or something. I can't remember. Triple X.
Okay. The Bermuda Triangle. It's a place in the world that's been created by hysteria.
Okay, how is it the editing and camera work is actually worse than the other movie? I mean, that was 3 kids with a camcorder. They had an
Yeah.
excuse. This is a
This is-
movie.
this
an
is a
actual
movie, yeah.
movie. And yet they're terrified for some reason to hold on the same image for more than 4 seconds. The movie's not gonna eat you if you hold that extra 5.
Okay, this whole Blair Witch thing set us back 300 years. It's like we're back in
It's
the
all
Bunny
over the
times.
place. It's just...
Totally fucked up our image.
Erica, people fear what they don't understand. You gotta realize that.
Life is pain.
Wow.
Life is only pain. We're all taught to believe in happy fairy tale endings, but there's only blackness.
Oh shit,
Uh,
people think that I drink blood, that I sacrifice children, that I worship the devil just because I'm a Wiccan.
Whoa.
Where I come from, people think that because I dress in black that I'm some kind of sick killer or something.
Ooh, because you dress in
Well...
black, we think you're pretentiously hilarious.
Fergusville's funniest home video.
Shit out of me, man.
But it turns out another group of idiots comes waltzing their way.
We got a tour group, the Blair Witch Walk. What's your excuse?
Tour group, the Blair Witch Hunt.
We have jurisdiction here. We have permits.
Oh yeah, from Cravens. Bullshit. Let me see him.
Bullshit.
They're in the car.
Oh, bullshit!
We thought of it before you. We did.
Monty Python, The Life of Brian.
extra aus Berlin gekommen, ein paar Bäume anzusehen.
Berlin? You came all the way from Berlin,
Berlin to look at the
see
tree?
this? Don't they have crappy
what the-
sequels out there too?
Hör mal gut zu. Ich bin nicht extra aus Berlin gekommen.
Berlin to look at some more
Just
trees.
to look at trees thing.
Mm.
Did you see the first movie? For 20 minutes, I thought the Blair Witch was the grass.
You guys take the Blair Witch walk, all right?
Yeah, next time, take the Blair Witch hunt. Here's my card. You can call me. I'm on the web.
So the author has a dream that she walks into a pond and drowns her baby.
Oh. Okay, that's normal everyday stuff.
When they wake up the next morning and find what I assume is the shredded remains of Blair Witch 3.
This is my work. This is all my research.
This is the movie's producers.
Fallen asleep.
Asleep? It's like we must have blacked out.
I don't even get it.
This is the movie's producers' storytelling, and he had to sort of
That's so like in high
put it
school
all
when
back
bullies
together
would
again.
tear up my homework
And that's what
ground
made
me in
this
a
movie.
transparent fog. Some people are so abstractly inconsiderate.
At least the tapes are still here.
What?
The tapes. They're here.
Well,
Jesus
In my
Christ.
mind, I see them.
Oh
And for just
God.
a minute, I can tell you more.
$9.99 an hour or a minute.
Jesus Christ.
How did you know?
Because she probably hit him.
Did you put them in there?
Yeah,
Did you?
that's a logical
Yeah,
sense.
Erica, they're my tape.
Excuse
Damn.
me, I'm not done yelling at random! But it looks like the author is in the process of having a miscarriage. Again,
Ooh, damn.
very pleasant.
Yeah.
And seems to be seeing strange images while at the hospital.
What? I love how she's so calm and rational about it.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, they cut endlessly to the sacrificing of these people that we don't see yet. They don't tie it into what's
Oh,
going on
boy.
at the moment, like, at all.
Mm.
They just show it out of nowhere, completely at random, and then come back to the movie like nothing's happened. Sometimes it's just a microsecond. Like, look at this scene from earlier.
Man, I hear voices all the time.
Yeah, that's
You see?
That's
What did that have
fucked
to do with anything? What did that add? Even if it's a scene from another part of the movie, they don't work it in very well. Imagine if Ninja Turtles start showing scenes from their climax all throughout the movie.
You are here because the outside world reaches. What was that?
Yeah, that was a good.
Okay. You are here because the outside world reaches. Anywho, this is your family. I am your father. Okay, seriously, nobody saw that at all?
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Okay, where was I? You were here because the outside world rejected. Oh yeah, this is your family. Tell me you didn't see that. Nothing? Any of you? Okay, fuck it. Bathrooms to your left. We're fighting turtles.
Okay, yeah.
How are you feeling?
Well, you just lost your baby, I guess, so not fucking good.
I'm not staying here.
So, yeah, the miscarriage sucks.
Yeah.
Let's connect it as little as we can to the rest of the story.
Yeah, I mean, there's no sort of development with that, no emotional attachment. If you're just gonna kill a child, make it a bit emotional.
Which is actually a pretty freaking cool setup.
Well, it's not even a
Well,
child,
small
it's a
factory
baby.
just after the
So,
Civil
Jesus,
War. They were gonna
that's
tear it
even
down,
worse.
But I talked them into selling to me for $1.
A buck? They sold you a Civil War factory for a buck?
Damn, they
Makes
must
no
have really
sense.
wanted
Who
to
the
get
hell
rid of
put
it.
together such a ridiculous deal?
Please, you gotta help old Gil. What's it gonna take to keep you on the phone? You dance for you, but you wouldn't even see it. All right, I'm dancing.
You're walking into the official Blair store. Okay, we got par, ruin, foundation, dirt. That's a big item. I sell that. T-shirts.
This is what the Wiccan religion really needs, Jeff. More capitalism based on fear and lies. I mean, do you really think it's fair to, like, exploit our culture just to sell a bunch of stick figure keychains?
Okay, I have no idea how the Wicca culture works or run a step
God.
anyone's beliefs. But shut the fuck up!
The camera
Yeah,
angles in this
chick
movie.
is annoying. She's
Mm.
like the Earthchild version of Jessie from Saved by the Bell. Keep it in church or nature or just keep the camera off of her.
Mm. Oh boy, this movie. Oh, this just...
So he just forgets about the creepy girl that he just saw outside and tries to make his girlfriend feel better, all while battling the continuing terror of choppy flashbacks.
Come on, take him!
You're not making a believer out of me, son.
It was an accident. I swear to Christ.
Is it wrong to say it really cracks me up the way he says, I swear to Christ?
I swear to Christ. I swear to Christ. I swear to Christ.
It sort of sounds like he's turning into Miss Piggy, doesn't it?
I swear to Christ.
Miss Piggy.
But more strangeness occurs as they play the video footage back.
See that?
Yeah, just gonna move this a bit
Look.
here.
Time code goes from 1:32 a.m. to 3:57 a.m. back to 1:32 a.m.
Oh gee, is it annoying and frustrating when the time code just jumps around like that? Well, now you know how the fucking audience feels! So while they continue to analyze the footage, Erica and Steve have a wicked good time in the back.
Oh boy, here we go.
How is that?
Oh boy.
Nothing like the good old my girlfriend just had a miscarriage and now I want to fuck a reject from the
Yeah,
class
this is
crowd.
just fucked
It's
up.
becoming more popular.
Oh, damn. She really tore into him.
Did they?
Guys, you want to come up here?
The flying fuck was that scene about? God, this better make fucking sense later or else... Nah, I'm gonna yell about it.
This was last night.
Yeah, during the big blackout.
So they look at the footage and see an image of Erica dancing around naked.
I like this movie already.
It ain't funny.
Just kidding.
Oh, she really is Jessie from
Sort of
Saved by
not,
the
but
Bell.
kidding.
Super pretentious, over the top,
Even though I'm
and
not.
she made the transition into horrible striptease.
I didn't do that.
Erica, that's you right there on the screen.
Yeah,
Leave
it's pretty
me the
much
hell
butt
alone,
naked,
all of
so...
you.
Maybe it was an acid trip, maybe
Hey,
some
that's
drugs.
nothing.
That's
You
what
see the
drugs can
footage
do
of
to
me when
you.
I'm drunk.
Tell me that you
Oh.
promise you're not going to get alcohol. Tell
Whoa.
me right now.
Oh,
Tell me
no.
right now you're going to stop drinking.
Those hairy nipples
Tell
are
me
really
you're
putting me off.
drinking. Tell me right now.
Fine!
Oof, freaking hell.
So
I felt
while
like
they're
that
trying
was
to figure out what's
3D.
going on, the goth chick
Just
goes to the store
came out
where
of my
the
monitor
exact
screen.
same people are. Oh my god, do they ever leave the store? You can't keep cheating upskirt shot forever there, Grandpa.
I can have a problem with you too?
So the cashier refuses to ring her up,
Oh,
so the
boy.
goth chick takes it by force.
Get the hell out of here! You touch me again, and I will rip out your goddamn throat.
Wow.
Keep your motherfucking change.
Did she say change? I'll take that.
Persephone, do I?
Damn.
Meanwhile, Erica starts going crazy because she doesn't remember dancing around like a moon whore or whatever she called it.
Persephone, I invoke. By earth and fire and water and smoke, Persephone, I invoke. By earth and fire and water and smoke, Persephone, I invoke. By earth and fire and water and smoke, Persephone, I I'm so excited!
Yeah, this is...
So excited!
But early the next morning, they look outside
This is what
and
happens
find
when
their
you
van
take
is totally
drugs.
destroyed.
What the hell did you do to my van? You said you just busted up the front end a little.
I swear, it was just the front fender.
So, the
Damn.
Blair Witch is actually Bigfoot from Monster Truck Rally? Cause that would be freaking awesome! Other strange things start happening, like how they all discovered that they have scars on their bodies in the shape of Wicca symbols. Can't believe we didn't notice those before.
Where is Erica?
Erica?
Oh boy, this movie.
Erica!
Oh my god, it's a classic case of drive-by hooting.
Well, that Hooter had better Hooters than that nude scene, so...
So, aside from the
No
owl
pun
crashing,
intended.
the miscarriage, and the totally insane hysterical visions, I have to admit this is a pretty good tour. But it's not over yet, as they hear even more
Fried
crazy
chicken
sounds
in the
emanating
background.
from outside.
Naked chick, don't come after me.
Yeah.
You know who it is.
What?
And you know what you have to do.
Ooh, damn.
So the bridge breaks, but the boyfriend makes it out okay.
Of course.
We then cut to the author inside who, okay, are we really supposed to take this seriously?
Yeah,
with
you can't
that
take this
going on?
movie
I
serious.
mean, you can tell us. We're supposed to laugh at that, right? But you think that's weird. Remember the bridge that just broke a second ago?
Yeah.
It's back up. And look!
Of course.
A bunch of dogs barking at the house. Oh, I'll show those damn little... Okay, I'll give this film credit that I have absolutely no idea what the bat fuck is going on, but all I gotta say is it had better be building up to something. A good something. dead.
Ugh.
Oh, what a shame. I never got to use my witch hazel clip. So as things get crazier and crazier, the goth chick has, what else? A crazy idea.
We need to take the tapes. We need to run them backwards.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's going to help us find out what happened to Eric.
How would you know
So by running the
that?
footage backwards, funny, because the time code says it's going forward,
Yeah, that's strange.
somehow shows what happened after they blacked out.
Whoa. Wow, I like this
Your
party.
everyday reenactment of Caligula, but it seems like the author is the ringleader, commanding them to cut themselves and do her bidding. But of course, they don't remember any of it, and think she's to blame because of the video footage.
What?
Rude.
Okay, that was rude.
Can't do it, can you?
No! And with that, they
Damn.
suddenly get their memories back that they actually killed the other tour group that night they blacked out.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I remember
Fine.
this.
Why did you have to cut to that all throughout the movie?
Mm.
Or maybe they didn't and a ghost was in the editing room. Ooh.
I don't know.
Just a
dude.
few miles from the town of Burkittsville, where just hours ago, police
Subliminally
arrested 3
plant the
obsessed
idea
movie
that this
fans
is a good
who
movie
allegedly
into your
committed a
brain. Who
series
knows?
of ritualistic murders after watching last summer's blockbuster movie, The Blair Witch Project.
Unlike fans who saw the sequel, who will simply commit suicide.
Yeah, oh yeah, I totally agree.
Slapped together over at Montgomery College.
Right. You'd see how fucking insane Tristan was. Watch the tapes. You'll see.
So it's the sheer questions then. We
Oh,
finally see
boy.
the quote-unquote twist ending this movie.
Yeah, the twist ending my ass. Yeah, everyone starts
That's
killing
right.
everybody.
They were killing the people the whole time,
Yeah.
and they didn't even know it. The tour group, the woman at the counter, Erica, even the author, it turns out, was never taunting them at all.
That tape is wrong!
And believe it or not, that's where it ends, folks.
Yep.
Right there.
What a
Okay,
huge
well,
pile
all
of
in all, the more I
disappointment.
think about it, I think they actually wrapped up all the questions pretty well.
In the first
except,
one, anyway.
Was that the Blair Witch who was behind it the whole time? Did that Twin Peaks girl have anything to do with
Hmm.
it? Oh, and what about the author? Was she possessed or behind it at all? Actually, whoever it was, what was the motive? Why kill all these people? Were they under a spell or just crazy?
I just don't
I mean,
understand,
we know
yeah.
that this guy was crazy because he was in a mental institution. In fact, what was up with that opening with the pouring of the mucus into his nose? They never explained that.
Acid, maybe?
How come they saw
Lobotomy?
crazy images sometimes and then didn't at other times? Was there ever a rhyme or reason to it? Or did they just do it out of nowhere? For that matter, how do we know the video footage is really what we're seeing? I mean, is that really what happened, or did the ghost or witch or whatever it is play with that too? We saw clearly it can mess with the footage. Speaking of which, why was the footage only playable when being played backwards? And even then, how did they see the snippets of it when they were playing it forward?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and did they ever explain why the goth chick was psychic? That was a thrilling backstory,
Yeah, that-
wasn't
that
it?
doesn't
I'm so
make
glad
sense.
they had that in the
Because
movie.
all
Now it's
gothic
essential to
people
the
are
plot.
psychic?
Hey,
Who
is
God
there any
knows?
chance
Who
you can
God
explain
knows?
why you were cutting to those bits of those people being murdered out of nowhere?
Mm.
Did it add anything to the story? Did it
Nope.
create any suspense? Now that I think about it from a storytelling point of view, what does this have to do with the fucking Blair Witch? The
Yeah.
connection, if there is one at all, is barely made.
Yeah.
In fact, wait a minute. What the fuck was the Book of Shadows? Did they ever mention that in the movie?
No.
Why the hell was that the title? They never talk about it. We never even see it. Don't you think maybe the title of your movie should goddamn have something well-fucked shit damn to do with your movie?
Yep.
It's never explained.
Nothing's ever
Hey,
explained,
no,
it's just a mystery.
yeah.
Yeah.
It makes no
It
sense.
makes no
the characters
sense.
are obnoxious. The editing is beyond annoying. It's just a crazy, stupid, half-ass sequel. The idea of doing a sequel based around the phenomenon of Blair Witch is kind of clever. Maybe you can make fun of the commercialism and marketing and such, but they never do. Maybe they got someone like Wes Craven to handle it. Someone who sort of mixes satire with the traditional horror cliches, you know, like with Scream or New Nightmare. But this is just ungodly dumb.
Yeah.
And really pisses you off in how much they don't explain, or don't explain very well. It's just a pain in my freaking haunted ass. I'm a nostalgia critic. Pumpkin juice.
Pumpkin
did I say
juice.
that?
Because it made more fucking sense in this movie. Yeah. It does. It made more sense in this movie. Yep. Yeah, this movie was just bad. It was bad, it didn't make sense what it had to do with the original. obviously this movie was just done to make as much money as possible on the original, you know, making people believe the first one was good, so the second one must be good, you know, milking on people's expectations and nostalgic, so to speak. Yeah, I mean, that was Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows, and it was just dreadful. Oh boy, this movie's put me to sleep, honestly. So yeah, I remember seeing this movie in the VHS tape in Blockbusters. Blockbusters, it was a VHS tape, and that's when I first saw it. Um, it's such a shame because I thought the original was incredible and it brought on a whole entire different sort of genre, so to speak. So to see this call itself Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows and push it the first original classic, it truly is painful. Yeah, I agree with Nostalgia Critic. This movie just doesn't make sense, and I can't give it a point for anything. There was nothing charming about it. I didn't like the actors. I didn't like the music. I didn't like the camera angles. I didn't like anything. There was just nothing I enjoyed about this movie. So yeah, no points at this damn movie. So if you like this video, make sure to give a like, comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.